Kathy Beatty with Waiting for My Own Epiphany. I hope your workbook at this point is full of notes and answers to questions, and perhaps even some questions that you have for God. This study is an opportunity for you to grow deeper in relationship with Him. Not just to go through a tradition of Christmas, but to actually learn more of who God the Father is. That's what it's all about. Relationship with God through Jesus Christ, His Son. That's Christmas. Summary of Christmas right there. So today we have finished in the past the study of Simeon. We are now talking about angels. The whole purpose of angels are to reflect the glory of God. And that's what December 21st is labeled. Witness to His glory. And as you read through this study, I hope you will read through. Don't bypass any of these scriptures, because there are things within these verses that help us understand more of who God is and more of our relationship with God. I want to read to you something that I think is just really profound, one of the scriptures, and it comes from Isaiah chapter 6. Isaiah in the Old Testament, who was prophesying all about the coming Messiah, but also gives us a glimpse of the beauty and glory of who God is and the angels and the part that they play. So Isaiah 6, 1 through 3. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord high and exalted, seated on a throne, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Above him were seraphim, each with 6 wings. With 2 wings they covered their faces, with 2 they covered their feet, and with 2 wings they were flying. And they were calling to one another, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty, and the whole earth is full of His glory. If you really think on that, I bet it gives you chills to think of the majesty of who God is and these beings that are flying. Now, I want to challenge you to study, to look up on your own. Why were these angels covering their faces and their feet? I think that's something that needs to be studied. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to challenge you to search that out. I don't know that you'll get an answer. You may just get different commentaries, but it will give you further thought about the role of angels and why God created them. Angels play such a part in Christmas, and when we are gathered together and we sing those Christmas songs, there will frequently be a reference to who the angels were, proclaiming the goodness of God, proclaiming the news, and giving us, again, just that glimpse of who God is and the glory and the majesty and the beauty of who He is and the abundant love in which He used to send us His only Son. Christmas is such a beautiful story. We don't want to miss out on those critical, important points that have all to do with Jesus. So your questions this week, one of them, God wants me to shine, to reflect His glory by good works. How do I see that statement? As a duty? As a privilege? I think that reveals something of our heart. When you find that specific ministry that God places you in, it is an opportunity really just to witness the glory of God through other people. As you are serving other people, as you are ministering in that specific place that God has called you to, you are going to be a witness to the glory of God. You're going to see God move and do things that will indeed give you the chills of Christmas. But again, to find that special calling God has on our life, we must have a relationship with him. We must have that epiphany, that relationship so deep that God is going to show us things that we do not know. He's going to reveal himself and your calling, which is truly the greatest gift that there is in relationship with God, other than our redemption and salvation, of course. So I hope as you work through this book that you are getting closer to, or maybe reinforcing and enhancing that ministry to which you are called. God gives us all gifts and talents to be used for his glory and our good. So some of the other questions here: how can I find joy in witnessing of his glory to others? How can we find joy if we feel it's a duty? We may not see or be able to recognize the joy within it. So I hope you'll think on that, consider that. Do the teachings about angels make me feel like I am part of an amazing team to bring him glory? Wow, that's a fun thought, isn't it? Angels are witnessing of his glory. I also am a witness of his glory, reflecting his glory in the good things that we do, in the good works that we honor him, we serve others, and we find our satisfaction, purpose, and mission in life. So, final question, and I hope you don't take this as a shortcut, not to sit down and contemplate and really think through this and pray over these questions, to find what God may reveal to you. What causes me to sit and simply be in awe of God's glory? I think there are many things during the Christmas season: the twinkle lights, the Christmas carols, the gathering of worshipers. There are so many ways in which we can stand and absorb and see the glory of God. Don't miss out on the witness of his glory as you search for and find your own epiphany.